Hello everyone! Something unbelievable just happened in Crimea. Ukraine launched a 150-kilogram Flamingo missile strike on a major Russian command post. The impact was immediate, and even Putin is reportedly shocked worldwide. Stay tuned as we break down every detail of this massive strike. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are covering one of the most shocking events in the ongoing Ukraine war. Ukraine has carried out a massive 150-kilogram Flamingo missile strike targeting a key Russian command post in Crimea. This strike has not only destroyed an important military site, but has also sent shockwaves through Russia's leadership. Military analysts say this is a precision strike, demonstrating Ukraine's growing ability to hit high-value targets deep in occupied territory. Reports indicate that Russian forces in the area were caught off guard, and the command post has been completely neutralized. Experts are calling this a turning point in the conflict, as it shows that Ukraine is escalating its strategic capabilities. The strike also has significant psychological effects, not only on Russian troops, but also on civilians and global observers. Putin and top Russian officials are reportedly stunned by the precision and impact of the Flamingo strike. This event will likely influence upcoming military decisions on both sides. Ukraine's use of such a powerful weapon highlights the seriousness of the conflict and its potential escalation. As the world watches Crimea, analysts are predicting that Russia may need to rethink its defensive strategies. The Flamingo missile is one of Ukraine's most powerful precision weapons. Weighing 150 kilograms, it is designed to deliver maximum damage with incredible accuracy. Unlike older artillery systems, the Flamingo is capable of striking high-value targets with minimal collateral damage, making it an ideal choice for strategic operations. Military experts note that the missile is equipped with advanced guidance systems, allowing operators to hit command posts, logistics hubs, and fortified positions deep behind enemy lines. This strike in Crimea demonstrates not only the destructive capability of the weapon, but also Ukraine's ability to plan and execute complex operations. Analysts point out that using such a high-caliber missile requires careful intelligence, planning, and coordination. The fact that the command post was successfully neutralized without reports of civilian casualties underscores the precision of the strike. The psychological impact of deploying a weapon of this magnitude cannot be overstated. Russian troops on the ground are reportedly demoralized, and Putin's leadership is under scrutiny. International observers are closely monitoring Ukraine's missile capabilities, as this development could shift regional power dynamics. The successful use of the Flamingo missile also sends a clear message: Ukraine is ready and capable of taking bold actions in the conflict. This strike is a combination of technology, strategy, and audacity that few analysts predicted would occur so soon. Crimea has always been a highly contested region, and this strike has brought renewed attention to the peninsula. The Flamingo missile targeted one of Russia's main command posts, which has been a key hub for military operations. For years, Russia has fortified positions in Crimea, relying on strong defensive measures and extensive surveillance. However, this recent strike shows that Ukraine can penetrate these defenses. Military analysts are calling the attack unprecedented in both scale and precision. The command post that was hit was critical for coordinating Russian operations across the region. Its destruction is likely to disrupt communication, planning, and troop movements. Reports suggest that emergency protocols were activated immediately, but the damage was significant. Local Russian commanders are facing pressure to respond quickly, but intelligence analysts believe that Ukraine's continued precision strikes may force them to rethink their strategy entirely. The psychological impact of this event extends beyond military personnel. Civilians in Crimea are now aware of the vulnerability of heavily guarded positions, raising questions about safety and control in the region. International attention is also growing, as experts debate the implications of Ukraine's precision strike capabilities. The operation is being hailed as a bold move that could change the trajectory of the conflict. The Russian leadership has been taken aback by the Flamingo strike. Reports suggest that Putin himself is reportedly shocked at the effectiveness and precision of the attack. Russian military analysts are assessing the damage to determine how quickly operations can be resumed. While some officials are downplaying the strike publicly, insiders indicate that the loss of the command post is a major setback. Russian troops in Crimea are on high alert, with emergency reinforcements being deployed to key locations. Analysts note that the attack exposes gaps in Russia's defensive measures, particularly in areas assumed to be secure. Intelligence and logistics teams are being instructed to revise operational protocols. The impact of this strike on morale is significant. Troops who once felt safe behind fortified positions are now questioning their security. International media is reporting widely on the event, highlighting both the strategic success of Ukraine and the vulnerabilities in Russian defenses. Military experts are closely monitoring how Russia will respond, whether through counter strikes, redeployment, or other tactical measures. This incident may prompt a shift in military strategies on both sides. The effectiveness of the Flamingo strike is sending a clear message. Ukraine is capable of high-precision operations that can alter the battlefield dynamics dramatically. The strategic implications of the Flamingo strike are enormous. Destroying a key command post in Crimea disrupts Russian coordination and weakens their control in the region. Analysts suggest that the strike may delay planned operations or force changes in troop deployments. Ukraine's success demonstrates that they are not only capable of defending their territory, but also of taking offensive actions deep into contested areas. The precision of the strike highlights the technological advancement of Ukraine's military, signaling to the world that the country is a formidable opponent. Russian command centers have been a critical part of their operational efficiency, and losing one can impact decisions across multiple fronts. Military analysts warn that repeated strikes of this nature could shift the balance of power, even if temporarily, giving Ukraine a strategic edge. The strike also boosts morale among Ukrainian troops and citizens, showing that bold and calculated actions can yield significant results. International observers are taking note, as this development may influence foreign support and aid decisions. The psychological effect on Russian leadership, especially on Putin, cannot be underestimated. The attack serves as both a tactical victory and a strategic message, emphasizing Ukraine's growing capabilities in modern warfare. The world is now watching Crimea more closely than ever. The Flamingo strike has sent shockwaves far beyond Crimea. International observers and analysts are closely monitoring the situation, analyzing how Ukraine managed to execute such a precise strike. News outlets around the world are highlighting the operation, emphasizing the size of the missile, 150 kilograms, and its impact on Russian military infrastructure. Governments and defense experts are discussing the implications for regional stability and the balance of power. The attack demonstrates Ukraine's ability to not only defend, but also project force into contested areas. Social media reactions have been intense, with discussions about the effectiveness of modern precision weaponry dominating platforms. Military analysts point out that the psychological effect on both Russian troops and commanders is significant. For Putin, this strike represents a public challenge to his perceived control over Crimea, a region long considered secure. The world is paying attention, and foreign governments are evaluating their support strategies. The Flamingo strike has not only reshaped the battlefield, but also influenced international discourse about modern warfare and strategic precision. Experts believe that Ukraine's success could encourage similar operations in other contested areas. The implications are far-reaching, affecting military planning, diplomacy, and the perception of power in the region. While the strike was focused on a military target, civilians in Crimea have felt its effects indirectly. Local populations report hearing explosions and observing smoke plumes from the strike site. Although there are no confirmed reports of civilian casualties, the event has raised concerns about safety and the effectiveness of Russian protection measures. For residents, the attack challenges the sense of security that comes from heavily fortified military areas. Analysts note that such strikes influence public morale, both in occupied territories and across Russia. News coverage emphasizes the precision of Ukraine's operation, highlighting that the military aimed to avoid unnecessary civilian harm. Civilian reactions on social media range from fear to curiosity, as people try to understand the scale of the attack and its broader implications. The psychological impact of seeing a high-value target neutralized is profound. It raises questions about the ability of Russian forces to maintain control in Crimea. At the same time, the strike serves as a symbolic demonstration of Ukraine's resolve and capabilities. Observers note that civilian perception plays a role in the conflict, influencing both local support and international opinion. The Flamingo strike is now not only a military event, but also a cultural and social moment, demonstrating the reach and visibility of modern warfare. The world is watching, and civilians are part of the story. Military experts are dissecting the Flamingo strike to understand its full impact. The missile's precision, size, and speed make it a formidable tool in modern warfare. Analysts emphasize that the successful elimination of a command post disrupts Russian coordination, potentially slowing operations across Crimea. Ukraine's ability to conduct this operation demonstrates advanced intelligence, gathering, operational planning, and execution skills. Some experts suggest that the strike reflects a new phase in the conflict, where Ukraine is not only defending, but actively targeting high-value Russian assets. The destruction of a command post affects communication, supply lines, and troop morale. Russian military planners are now reassessing vulnerabilities in fortified locations, realizing that even heavily protected sites are not invulnerable. Analysts also point out that the strike serves as a learning opportunity for both sides, revealing the strengths and weaknesses of modern missile warfare. The operation underscores the importance of precision technology, planning, and strategic timing. Ukraine's success is being highlighted globally as a demonstration of effective asymmetric tactics. Military publications are already using this strike as a case study, examining the implications for defense strategy and battlefield innovation. Experts agree that the Flamingo strike may reshape approaches to operational security, risk assessment, and the deployment of high-value military infrastructure in conflict zones. The impact of the strike on Putin and Russian leadership cannot be overstated. Reports suggest that the successful elimination of a key command post in Crimea has caused significant concern in Moscow. Analysts believe that the event challenges perceptions of control and authority, as even the most secure locations were vulnerable to precision attacks. Russian officials are likely evaluating both defensive and retaliatory measures. Military strategists in Russia are reportedly conducting internal reviews to prevent similar operations in the future. For Putin, the strike is a public embarrassment, showing that Ukraine's military capabilities have grown significantly. This incident may affect political calculations, morale, and public confidence. Internationally, Russia's allies and adversaries are taking note, understanding that Crimea is no longer immune to high-impact strikes. Experts suggest that the psychological effect on leadership is as important as the physical damage. Decisions made in response to this attack could influence the conflict's trajectory, potentially escalating military activity in surrounding areas. Analysts emphasize that the combination of strategy, intelligence, and precise weaponry has exposed vulnerabilities previously underestimated. Putin's shock is symbolic, representing the larger challenges Russia now faces in maintaining control over contested regions. The Flamingo strike sends a message to both domestic and global audiences about Ukraine's resolve and operational sophistication. In conclusion, Ukraine's 150 kg Flamingo missile strike represents a major milestone in the ongoing conflict over Crimea. The destruction of a high-value Russian command post has immediate strategic and psychological effects. It demonstrates Ukraine's growing precision strike capabilities, advanced operational planning, and ability to challenge fortified positions. Analysts around the world are noting the broader implications, from tactical battlefield shifts to international reactions. For Putin and Russian forces, this strike is both a tactical loss and a challenge to perceived control. Civilians, military personnel, and global audiences are all impacted by the event, highlighting the far-reaching influence of modern warfare. The Flamingo strike sends a clear message. Ukraine is capable, resolute, and determined to defend its territory while taking bold offensive actions when necessary. The psychological, strategic, and global significance of this strike cannot be overstated. If you want to stay updated with all the latest news from Ukraine and the ongoing developments in Crimea, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and turn on notifications. Your support helps us bring you verified, safe, and timely updates. Stay tuned for more in-depth analysis of key military operations and global reactions as this conflict continues to unfold.